We're back. We're live. I hope you can hear me. I had to do something about this mic because I wasn't getting sound before. Now I think you are hearing me. Okay. And if not, I apologize. So we're not going to do the crack repair after all today. I announced in the previous live stream, as I was working on a different guitar, that I would be doing a crack repair on this guitar here. That's the Little Martin Ed Sheeran guitar. It's got a fracture where? Here. I mapped out the inside of the guitar on this piece of paper. Yeah, we can go over this, but I want to show you why we're not doing the fracture repair today. As you can see, I'm running this humidifier here. I'm running another humidifier there. The current humidity reading from this hygrometer here is 31%, and on that one it says 37%. I don't know. Here it says 37% as well. Whatever. Well, it's below 45 for sure. Yeah, so this guitar was kept in the vault, which is humidity controlled, more so than this space. Guitars don't spend a whole lot of time here. But they are being stored in the vault. So I have humidity control 24 hours a day, every day of the year in the vault. I have a dehumidifier and I have a humidifier there just to keep it in the range. So this guitar was stored in the vault, but without extra humidification. And apparently, it did dry up since last time I looked at the guitar. Last time I looked at the guitar was, I think, a couple of weeks ago, because I had to order something from Stumac, and I guess it took 2 weeks. Well, maybe I didn't order it right away. I don't know. But let's talk about the guitar and why I can't do the glue up today, and what is it that I'm going to do about it. I'm going to do what's called forced re-humidification, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So it's still going to be a useful live stream. The guitar is here on the bench, and there's a fracture right here. Like I said, I mapped this out. You should watch the previous live stream to see how I did this. The fracture is right here. I do have this camera here, so I might as well use it. Like that, right? And let me show you the fracture. Focus, focus. So I think you can see it here, right? We have some separation from the side. Right, from the side of the guitar. And I don't want to insert this feeler gauge here because I don't want to damage the delicate wood fibers. But last time I looked at it, this fracture was completely closed. And now there's a little gap. And I do want to show you this gap through the optical system of the high-powered microscope that we use here. Yeah, so this is why we have this kind of equipment, so that we can look at everything. This is it. So now if I push it down, you can see that there's a gap. Okay. We don't want to have a gap, okay? We don't want to have a gap at all. Because if we have a gap and we use glue to attempt to re-glue it, what ends up happening is glue will end up filling the gap, and glue will be used as a gap filler. But wood glue should not be used as a gap filler. So as you can see here, it isn't too bad, and here we have the bridge. Okay, but this is a fracture that we are going to repair, but we're not going to glue it today because we're going to repair it properly. So we first need to close the gap. Let's zoom in a little more. Let's put some light on this. You can see it right here. And let's push it down. And now I need to refocus. Well, whatever. I think you get the idea. Now, that's the gap between the two plates. We need to close the gap, and we need to humidify it a little beyond just perfect closure, so that it's going to start to buckle like this. So when I clamp it down this way, the force of the saturated wood grain, the wood grain that's saturated by this excessive moisture, is also going to provide additional clamping force and support during the glue up job. Okay? Now, the repair is going to involve this. All right? These are called Thompson cleats or strips. These are made from spruce. They come in mahogany as well, or some other wood. And they are cut in a certain way so that, I don't know if you can see this, but the wood grain is going at a 30 or 45 degree angle, something like that. So that's very important. The other thing that we are going to use eventually will be this that I made specifically for this guitar. Yeah, so these are clamping cauls. That's the internal caul. As you can see, this fits here because there's a channel. And then you put this on the soundboard, and then it clamps it like this, and then you put a soundboard clamp or two of them to squeeze it real tight. We'll talk about this more when we actually do the job, which will be, I guess, maybe in a couple of days now. All right. So now we need to do this forced re-humidification. All right. Well, tell you what, I think I should turn the guitar around this way. The strings are loose, so I can remove the strings to put some kind of humidifier inside. And I am going to use, just a moment please. I'm never 100% ready for these live streams. That's how it is. Is this good? Yeah, it is. Well, I'm just using this Velcro to hold the strings, just like that. Okay, and now we want to remove the strings. So just pull out the bridge pins. Like that. The humidifier is going to be a wet sponge. Now this sponge is dry, and this in fact shows you what happens to a sponge when it dries up. The soundboard of the guitar is like a sponge. It holds a little bit of moisture. So same thing happens to the soundboard. It keeps shrinking, but because it's glued to the sides, it has nowhere to go but to fracture. Depends how the guitar was made. I have a bucket of water here. So let's make the sponge wet first. And then we have a bag. And I perforated the bag like this. Just punched a bunch of holes through the bag. You can see this, all right? Nothing special. Let's see about the sponge. So we want it wet, but not dripping. So I hold the sponge by the corner. I can see that it's dripping. So if it's dripping now, it's going to be dripping inside of the guitar, which is not what we want. So we just squeeze out the water. So it's called forced rehumidification, but, you know, there's limits. Just, you gotta use your best judgment on this one. It's better to do too little than too much, obviously, because if you cause water damage, well, then you got more repairs. I think this is about good. I'm going to leave the sponge like this. Let the water drain to the, you know, lowest point. And I want to talk about humidifiers. Here, I have two humidifiers. They're very, very similar. Both of them are Music Nomad. They have a sponge. I didn't keep these wet, so the sponge is now dry. It's a high capacity sponge. And it's high capacity because it's got really, really fine air pockets, right? Same sponge is inside of this one. This one is a sound hole humidifier. It goes inside of the sound hole like this, between the strings, and this is a case humidifier. So you can Velcro this somewhere inside the case and, you know, keep it there. This is good for electric guitars to avoid fret sprout and some other issues. And this is obviously for acoustic guitars. You can use both for the acoustic, like one here and one here. All right. This one also has a hygrometer. Now, this hygrometer here tells me 20%, although, and you know, that's obviously very, very low, but I have a hygrometer here that tells me 31% right now, and this tells me 30%. It was telling me 37% just a few minutes ago. Now it says 31. So it fluctuates. These hygrometers are not precise. So, yeah. All right, so where's the sponge? Here it is. Not dripping. Squeeze out a little more water from this corner, and I think we're good to go. I'm simply going to place this sponge inside of this bag, which is perforated, and zip it now and put this inside. I guess there's no reason not to put 2 sponges if I really want to, make sure that it humidifies. So why don't I actually remove these 2, and I am going to wet these 2 sponges as well. And I am actually going to put one humidifier in the case and 2 sponges inside of the sound box of the guitar. So this workshop is in a commercial building, and I have absolutely no control over the heat. No one does. People just rent spaces here, and the building does what it does. Okay. Again, making sure there's plenty of water, but not too much. Now, this one goes here, and the other one, I think it can hold a little more water without dripping. Yeah, that's good. And the other one I am going to put here. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah. It's got plenty of holes, and now I just put it in. Now, when you do this, be careful not to squeeze the sponge too much, because we don't want the water to drip. There's a little water here. Okay. And now we are going to seal off this sound hole. I'm going to be using low-tack drafting tape. There's good tape and there's bad tape, and I'll tell you which one is good. Here I have some bad tape. Okay, the reason why it's bad is I'll show you. You can see that it's tearing. It's like it's not, doesn't peel off properly. It kind of works, but it doesn't work. You see that? Okay. So this tape was giving me some issues, and this one is called Ultra ABI tape. You can see this here. Why don't we zoom in? So this is the brand that you should avoid. Okay? It's not very reliable. I'll use it for something, but I will never buy this brand again. Okay, here is tearing again. Okay, this one's no good. The good tape is this one. This is a 3M, and this one, I forgot the brand, but I'm putting links to both of these in the description below. Those are Amazon affiliate links, so I do earn a commission at no extra cost to you. Yeah, drafting tape. It's kind of like a post-it note, kind of, not too sticky, so you can use it on any finish on any guitar, to the best of my knowledge. And this what we'll do now is just use this tape to close this hole. Now, this is really forced rehumidification. If you do this, you need to monitor the guitar every day. Don't just leave it like this for a few days. I'm going to monitor this guitar. So now this traps the moisture, right? How am I going to monitor? Well, I'm simply going to take it out of the case and look at this, and I'll see when I have good closure, and I will see when it even starts to buckle up like this. And that's when I want to do the re-gluing. But I don't want too much of this buckling, right? Simple. Okay, so now you know which tape is safe to use and which tape is good, which tape is bad. I also put a link to the Music Nomad humidifier with a hygrometer. And now we are going to place the guitar in the guitar case. All right. And then I'm going to put the other humidifier in the case. If there's room. Well, why don't I put this case on the workbench? We can show it nicely here. There. Here are the bridge pins. In this case, I am simply going to put the strings back here. Just like that, right? They are loose. All right, because I don't want the ball ends of the strings to damage the soundboard. Because who knows, right? So this way, everything is safe. I will not tune the guitar to pitch. I will just leave the strings loosely mounted on the bridge. Okay, this is always a little bit annoying, but you know, no one forced me to be a guitar technician. I did a guitar giveaway earlier today. I also do lessons, and 2 of my students just earned a guitar. And I'm going to be publishing a video on the main channel. So if you want to follow me on the main channel, which is Guitar Quackery, which isn't this channel, you can subscribe, get notified, and all that. But if you prefer to watch live streams, or if you also wish to watch live streams in addition to regular content, then this is the channel, the only one. Okay, now I need to determine where I might be able to put this humidifier, the case humidifier. Well, so this will take care of the humidity inside the case, right? I'm going to put it here, maybe. It's very tight inside of this case. I think I need to remove this clip. Maybe it fits. kind of. I think this is a fit. Yeah, this is good. So that's that. This is another type of humidifier that you can put straight on the sound hole, but it's too big for this small guitar. It opens like this, and there's a sponge. So once again, the sponge needs to be wet. So here's some water, and yeah. So I'm gonna put this on top of the soundboard. It isn't dripping. I actually think it can hold more water. So I will continue with live streams today. I have other guitars to work on. Yeah. All right. So this goes here. And this goes here. There's a little arrow. Is it this way? I think it's this way. Here, click and click. All right. So now I will simply put it here. This is a soft rubber. This is just fine. And this will continue to humidify. Well, you know what? I'm just noticing this is going to push against this. So maybe closer to the bridge is better, because there's a cutout here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So it's just because the building started running this non-stop heat that I am unable to do this today. Once again, last time I checked this guitar and put it in a humidity controlled storage vault. The soundboard was good. I had complete closure, but now it dried up a little bit. Not terribly. That's it. I will put it back in the vault, and I'll take a short break, and I need to decide what else to work on today. Let me see what I got on my list. Bear with me, because I might be able to announce it. Well, I could work on a Fender Tele. What do I need to do? Fret dressing, fix the nut, and setup. I think that's going to be the next guitar on the bench. A Telecaster, Fender. Okay, my friends. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to click, click, click. And then if you like to see more live streams, then subscribe to this channel. If you prefer edited content, then I have another channel. The main channel is called Guitar Quackery, which isn't this channel. This is Guitar Quackery Live. This is just for live stream. Hi. Thank you, friends. I'll see you soon.